Imagine a world where investors panic at every headline, sell in fear, and chase fleeting trends. Markets swing violently. Headlines scream losses. Every move feels urgent, overwhelming, and unpredictable. And yet, in the middle of this chaos sits one man, calm, deliberate, almost invisible in the noise. His name is Warren Buffett. While billions vanish overnight, Buffett observes. While others act impulsively, he thinks. And he does so with a surprisingly simple method, the 5-minute rule. It is not a shortcut, nor a trick. It is a principle born from decades of experience, knowledge, and clarity, a rule that allows him to make smarter, faster decisions without rushing, panicking, or overcomplicating. The rule is simple: spend just 5 minutes evaluating whether an opportunity meets key criteria. Does he understand the business? Are its fundamentals strong? Can he trust the management? If the answer is yes, it moves forward for deeper consideration. If no, he ignores it and moves on. 5 minutes. That is all it takes to separate sound decisions from distractions. This rule works not because it is fast, but because it is deliberate. Buffett has spent decades mastering his knowledge, reading constantly, thinking critically, and distilling complexity into clarity. When the world panics, he acts calmly. When the crowd chases every trend, he chooses patience. Tonight, we explore the 5-minute rule. Not just as a tool for investing, but as a mindset for thinking clearly, making better decisions, and navigating a world of noise with calm, rational precision. Before billions. Before fame. Before the world knew his name, Warren Buffett built his approach on calm, deliberate thinking. While others chased trends, panicked at headlines, or reacted impulsively, he observed, analyzed, and waited. Each morning, Buffett begins simply. Newspapers spread across the desk. Annual reports stacked neatly. A cup of coffee nearby. He reads, studies, and thinks. Not flashy. Not dramatic. Just discipline repeated day after day. This routine is the foundation of every wise decision he has ever made. Buffett's calm is intentional. It is cultivated through knowledge, focus, and experience. He understands the dangers of emotional decisions, the cost of reacting too quickly, and the power of patience. While most investors are swept up in panic or excitement, he remains a steady presence, like a tree rooted deep in solid soil, unaffected by every passing storm. This mindset allows him to see opportunities others miss. It allows him to act decisively when others hesitate. His calm is not passive. It is a tool, a weapon, and a habit, one that protects him from the mistakes that destroy fortunes. And while wealth followed, his life remained grounded. Modest home, simple pleasures, and a focus on what truly matters. Buffett teaches us that success is built not on noise or haste, but on clarity, patience, and thoughtful action. Tonight, we explore how this calm becomes the first pillar of the 5-minute rule, the approach that allows Warren Buffett to make smarter, faster investing decisions in a world ruled by panic, hype, and distraction. The genius of Warren Buffett is not in complicated formulas or rapid-fire trading. It is in simplicity. And that simplicity is captured in what he calls the 5-minute rule, a method to make smarter investing decisions quickly, without panic, without confusion, and without wasted time. The rule is straightforward. When evaluating an investment, Buffett spends just 5 minutes deciding whether it deserves further consideration. Within that time, he asks 3 essential questions. Do I understand the business? Are its fundamentals strong? Can I trust the management? If the answer is yes, it moves to deeper analysis. If the answer is no, he lets it go and moves on. 5 minutes. That is all it takes to filter out noise, hype, and distractions. Yet this rule works because it is grounded in decades of experience and knowledge. Buffett has spent a lifetime reading, learning, and observing. His 5 minutes are informed by thousands of hours of thinking and studying. It is not guesswork. It is clarity distilled into action. The 5-minute rule is not just about speed. It is about focus, discipline, and calm judgment. It prevents overthinking, reduces emotional decisions, and allows Buffett to act decisively when opportunity meets preparation. While others chase every trend or panic at every dip, he acts with calm, rational precision. This principle applies far beyond investing. In life, business, or any decision-making, clarity and focused evaluation allow you to separate what matters from what distracts. Buffett's 5-minute rule teaches us that sometimes, less time, spent wisely, produces far greater results than endless hours of chaos and indecision. The true test of any rule is how it holds up under pressure. For Warren Buffett, the 5-minute rule is more than a habit, it is a shield in moments of chaos. Market crashes, economic uncertainty, and panic-driven headlines challenge even the most experienced investors. Yet Buffett remains calm, deliberate, and unshaken. During the 2008 financial crisis, the world was in turmoil. Banks collapsed, investments tanked, and fear gripped every corner of the market. Most investors sold in desperation, losing fortunes overnight. Buffett, however, applied the 5-minute rule. In those brief moments, he evaluated opportunities calmly, relying on fundamentals and clarity. He saw businesses with solid foundations and strong management that the panic had unfairly devalued. He acted, quietly, deliberately, and strategically. This approach demonstrates that the rule is not about speed alone, it is about rational thinking under pressure. The 5 minutes force focus. They prevent emotion from taking control. They filter noise and highlight opportunity. While the crowd panics, Buffett's calm allows him to act when others freeze. The 5-minute rule transforms crisis into advantage. It is a mindset that turns uncertainty into clarity, and hesitation into calculated action. By mastering the mind first, Buffett can master the market second. In life, as in investing, chaos is inevitable. How you respond determines the outcome. By thinking clearly, acting deliberately, and using time wisely, you can turn moments of fear into opportunities for growth, just as Buffett has done countless times. The 5-minute rule works not just because of logic, but because of psychology. Warren Buffett understands the human mind, its flaws, its fears, and its impulses. Most people overthink, overreact, or let emotions dictate decisions. Buffett does the opposite. He structures his thinking to avoid these traps. By limiting himself to 5 minutes, he forces clarity. Complexity is reduced. Decisions are distilled to fundamentals. The mind cannot wander into fear or hype when it has a short, focused window to analyze what truly matters. It is a form of mental discipline, a way to train the mind to act deliberately rather than react impulsively. The rule also builds confidence. When the world panics, Buffett trusts his process. His calm comes from preparation, experience, and repeated practice. The 5 minutes are not rushed. They are informed. They create a space for rational thought, enabling him to see opportunities where others see only chaos. This psychology applies beyond investing. In business, career decisions, or personal life, focused thinking prevents mistakes. It encourages consistency, patience, and rational action. By creating small windows of disciplined reflection, we can avoid the paralysis of overthinking and the damage of impulsive choices. Buffett's genius lies not just in knowledge of companies or markets, but in mastery of his own mind. The 5-minute rule is a simple tool, yet its power comes from its psychological foundation, controlling emotion, filtering noise, and acting with deliberate clarity. The beauty of Warren Buffett's 5-minute rule is that it is simple, actionable, and universal. While it originates in investing, its principles can guide almost any decision in life. The lesson is clear: clarity, focus, and calm thinking lead to smarter choices and better outcomes. For everyday investors, the rule provides a roadmap. When presented with a potential investment, pause. Take 5 minutes. Evaluate the fundamentals. Ask yourself, Do I truly understand this business? Is it financially sound? Can I trust its leadership? If the answer is yes, continue. If not, let it go. This short, disciplined process filters out noise and impulsive decisions, protecting both wealth and peace of mind. Patience is a companion of this approach. Buffett reminds us that wealth is rarely built overnight. Compounding of money, knowledge, and decisions takes time. The 5-minute rule encourages action without haste, but also patience without delay. It teaches that small, deliberate, and informed steps often yield far greater results than frenzied attempts to chase quick wins. Emotional control is equally crucial. Fear and greed are the enemies of rational decision-making. By constraining your evaluation to a focused 5-minute period, you prevent overthinking, reduce anxiety, and act with intention rather than impulse. Calm thinking allows you to spot opportunities others overlook and avoid mistakes others make. Finally, the rule reminds us that preparation matters. Buffett's 5 minutes are effective because they are grounded in decades of learning, observation, and experience. Similarly, in life and investing, continuous learning and self-discipline amplify the power of any simple strategy. The takeaway is simple: spend your 5 minutes wisely. Focus on fundamentals, filter out noise, trust time, and act with clarity. This is the essence of Buffett's approach, a small but profound habit that transforms ordinary decision-making into extraordinary outcomes. Apply the 5-minute rule in your own life. Think clearly. Act calmly. Grow your wealth, not just in dollars, but in wisdom, patience, and confidence. The wisdom of Warren Buffett is deceptively simple. His 5-minute rule is not a shortcut to instant riches, but a guide to making smarter, calmer, and more deliberate decisions. In a world obsessed with speed, panic, and noise, this rule reminds us that clarity and patience are far more powerful than impulsive action. Take a moment and reflect: how often do you act out of fear or follow the crowd? How often do distractions or trends cloud your judgment? Buffett's approach teaches that even a few focused minutes of deliberate thinking can prevent costly mistakes and unlock opportunities others miss. It is not just about investing in the stock market, it is about investing in your decisions, your confidence, and your future. If you want more insights into the minds of the world's most disciplined thinkers, subscribe and follow. Explore stories that teach you not only how to act, but how to think, calmly, clearly, and strategically. Learn from those who have mastered the art of patience, clarity, and rational decision-making. Remember this: wealth, in every form, is built quietly. It grows steadily, not in chaos, but in calm. It comes not from panic, but from preparation. The 5-minute rule is more than a strategy, it is a mindset, a blueprint for smarter thinking, and a guide to living with intention. Spend your minutes wisely. Think calmly. Act deliberately. Grow your wealth, not just in money, but in knowledge, discipline, and the confidence that comes from mastering your mind.